Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you NCL recap. So yes, sad noise hours. Unfortunately, we did not make playoffs. I needed Ace to win by a 3-0 or better. A 2-0 would have put me in position to play for my life, and that didn't happen. Ace kind of got body bagged, which I knew was coming. I had a very slim hope. I just had a really rough season, so I'm going to attribute that to what happened, and we'll talk about that here a little bit. As far as what's that do, well, here we go, 6-6, so perfectly balanced as all things should be, but -5. We ended up finishing 9th, and did not qualify for playoffs, unfortunately. And the note was to, by the way, this is the second time I'm recording this. The first time my brother walked behind me in his boxers and had a wardrobe malfunction, so I could not actually upload that video. Thanks, little bro. Anywho, so I don't remember everything I talked about, but I gotta solve my tilt problem. I get tilted way too quickly in matches sometimes, and it costs me a lot. And that happened this season, and it cost me several times where the game was still winnable. And I just made dumb plays. So, as far as my career goes, I'm 85 and 115, minus 153. Fuck, that's amazing. I do like my Gen 8 a little better. 15 and 18, minus 22, with WWC and Academy kind of. Academy tanking is not going to help me, but WWC maybe turns around. LDL's going well. That should hopefully boost that. If TBC goes well, that should hopefully boost that. But yeah. As far as the season as a whole goes, though, there you are. Hello, my friend. Week 1 win. Week 2 versus the Glissopods. I just choked and sacked off a mon that shouldn't have been. I don't even remember at this point, but I sacked something, which was the story of Gen 8 is sacking things when I didn't need to sack things, and it cost me the game. Damien freaking out-prepped me, just straight out-prepped me. I have to hand it to him. Scarfed Hitmontop was just clean. Had no idea it was Scarfed Hitmontop, and it just got me. So GG's on that. The Jovita Triple Psychics, the game that shouldn't have been a 6-0, but Ian 6-0'd me. I understand why. I'm not going to continue to be salty and pissy about it. I'm just going to say, you know, when I click Toxic in front of something that magic bounces it, and I can't win, and my opponent didn't attack me on that turn, maybe that should qualify as I have surrendered. Just kill me. Don't continue to click Roost. If you're going to continue to click Roost in front of me, I'm going to get pissed and leave because I can't win. It's over. Just finish me. And because I forfeited, I got the extra 2 differential points. So that might have saved my ass in playoffs potentially. But shit happens. Misplays in that game. The Cleveland Cavaliers, I sacked off my Sand Answer. I let Blastoise take too much damage. So I lose the drill. That was a dum-dum. The Toronto Blue Flares, I just had a terrible matchup. No way around that. Tiff out-prepped me. Straight up, Tiff just out-prepped me. There was nothing I could do about that game. She handily gave me my ass on a silver platter for the second time in a row, and I played that game as beautifully as possible. I just got out-prepped. So, but yeah, you tilt the Appletons game, you tilt the Glissopods game, you tilt the Jovita Triple Psychics game potentially, you tilt the Cavaliers game differently, and I'm in playoffs. So by no means am I mad about how the season went. I'm just incredibly disappointed after how deep of a run I made it in last season, and then I refused the promotion match. So maybe this was cosmic payback for refusing to do the promotion match. I'm not in the promotion match this coming season, so I will be back for NCL, by the way. I'm not done. I want Season 7 I want back in playoffs. I want to prove that Season 5 was not a fluke, and I am going to try as hard as I can in NCL, because it's time. I need a chip. It's time. I've been grinding at this long enough, and I've been so close, and I've yet to make finals, so we shall see what ends up happening. But as far as the Mons go, I had a really interesting experience with a few Mons this season. In the front office server, I have several listings of Mons that I want to try again, Mons that I am not drafting, A-Tails, Zeraora, for the foreseeable future because I lean way too hard on them, and I have used them way too many times. Granted, Zeraora I'm thinking about getting again because it has fun little toys now to play around with, but I have a list of Mons that I said I would not try again. And I'm trying to open the team here, previous teams. APA Indigo Season 1. My first foray into Indigo. I had some Mons that I said I will never try again because I hate them, they don't do anything, and I've said this in other videos, it's like, I will not use these Mons again. I'm not coming back to them. Maybe in the future I will, but I'm not coming back to them. On that list, Alolan Muck, Darmanitan. 2 Mons that I drafted this season, Alolan Muck and Darmanitan. On the APA season, Darmanitan went 3 and 4, and Alolan Muck went 2 and 9. So, yes. I said I'd never use them again. I drafted them. I used them again. They are now 19 and 20 in my kill leaders because they had a massive turnaround. Darmanitan going, where are you, Darm? Going 9 and 7 to get me to 12 and 11. Darm redeemed itself. I am not thrilled that all I did was run Scarf Darmanitan this entire season. I need to variety my sets, but hey, Darm is a good mon. It's got good coverage. It does what it needs to do. It is an incredibly hard wall breaker. And I just didn't know what I was doing. This was a year and a half ago when I said, do not try Darm again. So, I learned. Darm is a nice fire type. I do like it. I will probably look at it again because I'm slowly finding fire types that are for me. So, we'll see. Alolan Muck being another one. And good God did Alolan Muck pop off for me. I thought Alolan Muck was going to be a lot worse with the fact that the berry nerf happened, and I just thought, okay, this is another defensive mon. I was going to drop it mid-season, and Huff said, no, don't keep it. It's a good mon for your team. Lo and behold, the frickin' thing went 10 and 6, and was actually my kill leader, which is really depressing for some of the other mons on this team. It put on some work. There were times where Alolan Muck actually saved my bacon. And I'm very happy to have Alolan Muck. And I will try it again, because Poison type is one of those typings that I actually really struggle to draft and do well with. I say as Nidoking is somewhere around here. Yeah, as I say as Nidoking is sitting at 26. But I just don't do well with poison types. And so having a poison type, having something that is tanky that can support me is really, really nice. And that's one of those things that I have learned. I cannot play hyper offense, which is what this team in my mind is definitely a more hyper offensive team. Did not work. It's not my play style. I need bulky and I need weather. Those are kind of my 2 comfort zones that I'm going to probably fall back into for a little while I lick my Gen 8 wounds, because all of Gen 8 I have tried new things and none of them have worked except for LDL and Sun. That team has worked for the most part. A Hacks game, a Hacks and me stunting on Jake have kind of screwed me up a little bit, but otherwise Sun, which is a weather, has really been a comfort zone for me again, and I'm feeling good about it, so we'll see. But that's, regardless, I'm really impressed with Muck. I'm really impressed with Darmanitan. Totally changed my mind. And that also leads me to think, okay, maybe I need to change my mind on some of these other mons that I've said I've never would draft again, such as Espeon, such as Noivern, such as... We'll talk about him as we get down there. But, yep, so there's those two. Shaman coming in at 32 overall. Shaman had a decent season early on, going 3-4. But towards the end of the season, it kind of took a back seat to Alolan Muck. Shaman's a good mon. I will prove that it can be used as an offensive firepower threat that is super annoying and hard for people to deal with. I just need the right team. This was not the team for Shaman. I think arguably the best team I've ever run Shaman on was the Sand team. So I will be going back to Shaman. When? I don't know. But I definitely want to try Shaman one more time at least before I write it off as a not so good mon. Or before I write it off and say I'm gonna look at a different grass type of thing. It's a good mon. I'm going to use it offensively, but I do need to embrace its defensive side as well, because that has also been part of the problem. So, Mega Medi, the late season edition. What did you have? Mega Pidgeot 0. I think you were 2-2. Define Mega Pidgeot because I forgot to highlight Mega Pidgeot. But Mega Medi, 7-5, first time I've ever used it. I will say I prefer Mega Glade. The one thing that really bothers me about Mega Medi is it doesn't get knockoff. Yes, I know Pure Power knockoff would be insane. Okay, fine, fair enough. Give me something to hit opposing Psychics, for the love of God. Give me Iron Head so I can hit Fairy types. Like, Medicham needs a little bit of tweaking. I do prefer Glade over it, but by no means is it a terrible Mega. Hell, I'm using it in WWC poorly, but I'm using it. It's a good Mega. I'm glad I got to try it. It was on that list of Megas that I definitely wanted to use. And so by having Mega Medi used once, I feel very good. And I do want to go back to it. It's a great mon. It's got good speed. It's got phenomenal attack. Variety of sets. It just needs knockoff. For the love of God, it needs knockoff. So badly. But then it'd be kind of borked. But still, give the damn thing knockoff, please. After that, one of the biggest disappointments of my entire season was Dragapult, 6-6. I normally have very good luck with Dragon types. I mean, just look at my top 25. Garchomp at 3, Goodra at 7, X at 9, Zygarde at 12, Megamence at 14, Hydreigon at 17, Haxorus at 24, Kyurem Black at 25. So roughly a third of my kill leaders are Dragon types, and seeing Dragapult just fail to get off the ground really, really bothers me. Dragapult is not worthy of a top 3 pick. I'm going to say that now. Dragapult is a very good mon, but by no means is it broken, and it is unfortunately kind of locked into a special for the most part because all of its coverage is on the special side. Physically, it does not have as much coverage. It's phenomenal. It's got 3 phenomenal abilities. It's got great statistic distribution. It's got the same stat spread as Zeraora, just distributed slightly differently. It can run different sets. I will try it again, but I am not drafting it in the top 3. I will just let it fall to me naturally. I'm not going to try and grab Dragapult high. I think part of my problem is I just had so much offensive power on this team that was competing, and I didn't have a lot of switch-ins, so I was having Dragapult take unnecessary hits. So there's still untapped potential for Dragapult. I just need another chance with it on a different team, and I think I'll be okay. Then we got Blastoise. So I've used Mega Blastoise before, briefly. I've never used Standard Blastoise, but Standard Blastoise gets Shell Smash. Blastoise is a very phenomenal water type. Unfortunately, late season it became more of a defensive mon, similar to how... Basically what happened was Alolan Muck and Blastoise switched positions. Because early season Blastoise was going off, late season Blastoise was not. Early season, Alolan Muck was not doing anything. Late season, Alolan Muck was doing some stuff. I do want to... Hell, I actually am using Blastoise again because I drafted it in the Battle Company. So I want to use it again. It has a lot of untapped potential. I keep using that phrase, but a lot of untapped potential for me. I think it can do a lot better than what it did this season in NCL. I just, again, need to put the right support system around it for it to shine. Shell Smash on it is very deadly. Has very good special move coverage. Physical is not something to sleep on. A physical Blastoise is a possibility. And the Rapid Spin boost makes it a very nice hazard removal. So, I do like Blastoise. I will use it again. 9 out of 10 will use again. Then, arguably the second biggest disappointment of the season, Tapu Koko. 5 and 10 and 12 games. I don't like Koko. I really don't. Maybe it's better that it gets play rough, and I'll try it again and see. And with post DLC, I will try Koko again, but I really don't think Koko's all that in a bag of chips. It's kind of a mediocre mon, in my opinion. I much prefer Zeraora Slick. I know you are ready to just, like, keyboard warrior me. Bite me. I don't think Koko's a good mon. But I will try it again. It's kind of like Bulu. I think play rough definitely helps it. And maybe now it's more viable, which I will try Bulu again. But Koko just did not work for me. I never could get it going. I never could get the right sets. It literally picked up 3 of its kills in one game. So take that game out, and in 11 games it went 2 and 10. That's Alolan Muck territory, as I like to say. So I don't know. I just don't like Koko, but 5 kills, considering that a lot of these mons I've only drafted once, 5 kills is pretty good for that thing, so. But yeah, Koko was a massive disappointment. Bronzong, again, it's such a defensive mon, I don't expect it to do hardly anything for me. It did come in clutch versus Howler, giving me the ability to win that game. It can be sneakily decent with its move pool, but it's too passive most of the time. It really is just too passive, and I'll look at probably using other screen setters and steel types, just because Bronzong it's just too passive, to be perfectly honest. So, hey, I found a Mega Pidgeot, 2 and 2. Didn't really get to use it much. The hidden power nerf really killed Pidgeot, in my opinion. I'll try it again in the future, but the team I had here, it just didn't support it, so we will do that in the future. I don't have much to say because I really didn't use it. Same with Stonjourner. I talked so much shit about Stonjourner at the beginning of the season, how I was going to get people with sweeps because I was going to run Rock Polish and then just obliterate everything. You got 1 kill, came to 2 games? 1 game? 1 game. So, yeah, Stonjourner did nothing, and that is just what it is. It's decent, but by no means will I instantly go, oh, that's going to be my tier 5 if I need a tier 5 type of situation. So, I mean, it's thick, but it is especially frail. So, Stonjourner, and now we get to the Noctowl I never brought to a single game, so those are actually APA stats. And Lando just continuing the trend of very useless abilities with the genies. I have terrible luck with Torn and Lando. I haven't tried Lando I haven't or Lando T. I haven't tried Thundy T. I haven't tried Thundy yet. I'll try them, but based on my success with the others, I don't foresee it going very well. I just don't care for Landorus. It's not a good mon, in my opinion. Again, I know on opinion, but that's just me. But going back to the Alolan Muck thing, like, okay, I think I'm going to try Noivern again. I think I'm going to give Conkeldurr another shot. Fuck Cobalion, sorry, Huff. I'm definitely going to give some of those mons that I said were never gonna do it for me. Another try. Fuck no, like I'm not doing that again. But I will give some of these others that have just, like, as I've had terrible differential. Fuck Pelipper. I'm never using Pelipper unless I don't have Politoed. So, but yeah, we'll give it another shot with some of those. But yeah, that's where the season of NCL is going to end. I thank the Charizard fans for sitting with me through it. I know it had highs, it had a lot of lows. We will come back for Season 7. I've already told Ian to deal me in. That'll be July is when that starts, so post-DLC. And we'll come out swinging for the fences again and see if we can't make our first finals, unless I make it in TBC before then. And see what we can do. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys soon, hopefully, for more NCL.